So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, and I want you to see if it sounds familiar. Let me know if it sounds like anybody you know. My wife and I get married at our early 20s. We both have a little bit of debt on us, nothing major. We acquire a house, a couple cars, start the American dream. A couple years into our marriage, we start having kids. We end up having 3 kids. We got the family going. And our American dream goes where pretty much everyone's American dream goes, right down the shitter, because we put ourselves in so much debt. I'd say about 8 years into our marriage is when we started getting really heavily in debt, to the point where we could not pay our monthly bills. We're deciding on what bill we're gonna skip. Credit cards are maxed out. We can't put food and gas on credit cards anymore because we don't have any means to that anymore. They're not raising our limit. Banks will not loan to us anymore. I mean, we're literally at an all-time low for us. So there's only one last thing to do. We got to get more income in the house. So there's only one last thing we could do, and that's get either a second job or start working overtime. Now, I was very fortunate that my work has overtime. I would say for almost a decade, I averaged between 600 to 900 hours of overtime per year. Let me repeat that. For almost a decade, I averaged between 600 to 900 hours of overtime per year. So we do that, second job, overtime, things are going good. Our life is back on track. We are back to being able to take care of the monthly bills, put groceries in our house, put gas in our cars, and the most important thing is we're able to have spend money again. Because that's the only thing that makes our lives feel great, is spend money. And then that goes on for a while, and this is rock bottom to me for our lives. This is rock bottom. Whenever that decade passes of working overtime in that second job, and my wife and I are deeper in debt than we were when we started this madness. How in the hell, after a decade of working 600 to 900 hours of overtime per year, my wife working a second job, are we deeper in the hole than we were before we even started? I'll tell you why. Because when we make more, we spend more. Instead of a $20,000 car sitting in our driveway, we had a $30,000 car sitting in our driveway. We had 2 of them. When we make more, we spend more. No amount of money is going to fix your household unless you change the way you do things. Period. Let me repeat that one again, please. No amount of money is going to fix your household unless you change the way you do things. Second jobs and overtime are not meant to be forever. They are meant to get yourself out of the trouble that you're in and make your life better. Not put yourself deeper into debt. Why do we make them forever? Because of what I just said, because we spend more. And then we almost turn our spending addiction into a working addiction, because we know if we work more, we're going to be able to spend more. So one addiction is feeding the other addiction. We get to the point where we brag about our overtime. I worked 40 hours this week. Congratulations. That's what I tell people now when they tell me they're overtime. Congratulations. Sorry, I left my gold stars at home. You know, we go to social media, we go to other people, we let them know how much overtime we work, and, you know, that we're working a second job. We want that pat on the back from people, our friends. We want people to be like, great, you're doing a great job. You keep up the good work, because you know that you're not doing good work. You know that you're not doing anything to better your life. So you look for other people to console you, to say, hey, you're doing a great job, keep up the great work, so you can keep living your life the way you are. Wrong. That's not how it works. I got news for you. If you have been working your second job or overtime for 3 to 5 years, you could be out of debt and you could be saving for your future. It took my wife and I 4 years. 4 years to pay over $100,000 in debt. Doing it the right way, not the wrong way. Not spending, but paying off debt. And I'll tell you what, it's not easy when you have $2,000 sitting in your bank account and you're getting ready to make a payment on your credit card for $2,000. We're getting ready to make a $2,000 payment on our credit card, and it's hard because you look at that money and your first instinct is, I need to spend. I need to go buy something. We need this, we need that. We start making excuses for what we need for the house just so we could go spend money because it makes us feel good. Stop. Because I'm to the point now where if I have $2,000 in my bank account, if there's a good investment out there, I'm doing it. If I feel I can put my money in and make it work for me, then I'm going to do it. Because I'm all about retirement now. We have few debts, but they're so low interest rates that they're not even worth paying them off. So if you're working that second job and that overtime, it's time to reevaluate what you're doing with your money, guys. It's an endless cycle of nothing. You're going to be working until you die. You know, I hate to be blunt, but you are going to be working until you die unless you do something differently. This is not a competition to see who could work the most overtime. This is not a competition for bragging about how much money you made in a week. It does not matter how much money you make in a week if you are not doing the proper things with your money. Get those debts paid off.